Hello, and welcome to my review of the Japanese PlayStation 3 game Megazone 2-3. As any old-school anime fans will recognize, Megazone 2-3 is an OAV series, the first of which came out in 1983. And this modern, current-gen PlayStation 3 game picks up 20 years after the storyline of the first OAV. So the character that's featured here, Yui Takanaka, is the heroine from the original OAV. And here she appears 20 years later. She's become a successful singer, and she's giving a speech before a performance here. She's reminiscing a bit, talking about how she originally wanted to act on Broadway, and the different twists and turns that life takes, and now she's a singer. And it turns out her son, Hiroto Takanaka, is turning 20 soon, so she's going to sing a song in his honor. And unfortunately things don't go quite as smoothly as she would hope, as we're going to see here shortly. She is actually gunned down in the middle of this performance. So here we introduce the main character of this game, Hiroto Takanaka, the son of Yui Takanaka, and you here have seen your mother get shot right in front of you, possibly mortally wounded, and you are bequeathed the key to a garage that apparently has existed underneath your apartment all of these years, unquestioned by you, which you open up to reveal a totally awesome transformable future motorcycle that becomes a fighting mecha robot. So you're going to, angst-riddenly drive this motorcycle out into Tokyo and presumably pick up women. So welcome to Megazone 2-3, the Aoi Garland. This game is very accessible. A lot of these menus are in English. As you can see here, this main menu is all in English. If you beat the game, you get things in this library, music, mechanic, character, scene. As you can see, this is all in English. A lot of these menus are dual language, English, Japanese. Here we have this configuration. You can see sound settings, text settings. So this game is very English friendly to a certain extent. Here we have in the cockpit, route select, battle command set, machine monitor, configuration, and save load. Unfortunately, really the best part of this game, I think, is the story, and that is all in Japanese. But here we have the machine monitor, and you can see a character you may be familiar with from the first OAV. So yes, it is Eve. She does make another appearance. Here, if we choose route select, this is a little bit further into the game, so we have options as to where to go. So you do have a little bit of freedom of mobility in this game. It is, by and large, a text-oriented adventure game with some strategy simulation battle elements to it. But you do get a little bit of freedom here at this point in the game to choose where you would like to go, which is kind of cool. Depending on what you do, what characters you meet, who you talk to, what choices you make, you can affect the events that happen in the story, although I do believe the ending is always the same. So let's go ahead and choose a route select here. We'll go to this location. And what we see in this game is there are boss battles, but there are also just random encounters. You're on your way someplace and bang, you run into somebody. So really this motorcycle that you have makes you the most wanted criminal, anti-establishment element here in New Tokyo. So you've got these guys coming after you all the time. So this is the battle here. What you have is you basically just choose your attacks, and then they play out in these animated sequences. These are all 3D modeled mechs, but we're not taking substantial advantage of the graphical 3D powers of the PlayStation 3. So our kick didn't work very well. Here we're picking lock on and shot is what we're doing. So we'll see how this plays out. So this is kind of a thinking man's battle system here, and in ways it's a little bit of a casual battle system. It's not really hardcore. At first it might seem overly simplistic. You know, here you have your attack points. We started off with 6 attack points. We only have 1 left after making 2 attacks, so the only thing we can choose now is guard. This is handy for not taking damage from enemy attacks. We still have 2 Hargans here that are battling against us, so we'll go ahead and choose that. A lot of the strategy, though, in this comes when you start to unlock more types of weapons and things like that. You'll get a lot of different stuff you can equip, and what you take into battle with you is important. So here you've got rifle bullets, beam bullets, you've got your different guns, your different melee attacks. Here's a saber, kick, shoulder attack, a punch. So all these things that you can choose, they take different amounts of attack points, and you can level up in different areas, and it can make a difference what you bring into battle in terms of if you're going up against a boss, you might want different things than if you're going up against the regular people. So there are choices that you make, and it's actually a really neat battle system, especially if your Japanese isn't all that good. You can actually get quite a bit of enjoyment out of the battle system alone. But here's the other part of the game, is this text adventure portion. Here we're talking to this girl. She's kind of this nerdy girl who works at the television station and wears glasses here. This game isn't so much like a dating simulation, but you do have this interacting with girls element to it. Here's the gentle, music-loving girl. She plays music. She's got this little creature cat thing that comes around with her, and then you've got this other girl. She's the cosplaying Akihabara girl. She works at a maid cafe, really otaku-ish kind of character. And then you have this really tomboyish grease monkey, works in a garage, boyish looking girl here. So this is a cast of characters here that you can interact with, unlock different scenes with, and you're fighting against these guys. This is the evil military. They've got this sort of cast iron masculine woman here, and you're uncovering bits about your past, really. Where did this bike come from? Where did your dad go to? What's going on? And this makes references back to the OAV series, or the first OAV. Here are some home movies, so to speak, that you find here. This film reel. It's probably about 20 years old. If people have seen the OAV, you may be able to guess what this is. But this game has some nice music to it. Let's listen to a few songs here. And here you can see really some footage from the old OAV. And rather than just recycling stuff from the OAV and just sort of making this half mashed together bunch of stuff, you know, this game really has its own cast of characters that is strong. There's a lot to the game, really. You're going to be spending a lot of time with these characters, probably at least 10 to 20 hours on your first playthrough if you're reading all this dialogue and doing all the things that you can. You have these choice segments here, and depending on what you choose, you're going to unlock different scenes, and you're going to miss some stuff. So there's replay value. You're going to be able to come back and play this game again. I had a lot of fun with this game. It's really neat. It's a really different experience for a next-gen game. Really playing this game in high def on your PlayStation 3, on your big HD TV, it's a really unique experience. It's not like playing on your computer monitor. I wish there were more games like this out in the States. So I hope you enjoy it.